Welcome back to another Chart Legacy League where we have Gruul lands versus Nadu Breakfast. A huge thank you to the Patreon supporters who are helping the league and YouTube channel. If you would like to become a supporter, please click on the link in the show notes. Ready for game number one. Alex will be on the play. Andres kept 6 and Alex kept 7. And we'll see a typical land start with an Ancient Tomb, Sphere of Resistance, which can cause trouble for Andres being on breakfast to slow him down. And if Alex is able to follow that up with some Wastelands or something along those lines to deal with Andres' dual lands, we'd be in pretty good shape. Alright, so we get to see a Saga as well. Looks like he has a Shadow Sphere that he's going to play out, and he'll go down 2 more life. But he's got that Saga on turn 2. Ready to roll. So Andres has some work to do ahead of him, but as we've seen in Modern and Vintage and even Legacy, the Nadu decks, once they do get rolling, it's very difficult for other decks to keep up with it. See Andres fetch for a Tropical Island, and he's got a Ponder in his hand he may take advantage of. Oh, and he has a Prismatic Ending for the Sphere of Resistance, which will be very difficult for Alex to work through at this point. He does have the Saga ticking up, but Andres could very easily deploy a Nadu, which it looks like he has in his hand next turn. And the Gruul lands decks don't have a great removal thing other than Caracas for it. And even then, he still gets at least 1 trigger off of the Nadu. So we'll see if Andres is able to find a Shuko or a Nomad Encore, or is that Nomad Encore? I'm not sure what it's called. Let me look and see. It is actually called a Nomad's Encore. Okay, so I actually kind of know what I'm talking about here. So Nomad's Encore is one of the 2 pieces that combo with either the Cephalid Breakfast or with Nadu. So Andres choosing to play the Bant version, or 4-color version of this, I should say, so he can take advantage of not only Nadu, but also Cephalid Breakfast if he's able to work through that. So Nadu does hit the table here. We will be able to see Alex make a construct to end step, taking 2 damage, and then he'll take 2 more than likely during his main phase to go after another construct, and then he'll be able to we'll see what 1 mana or 0 mana he's going to grab off of the Saga. So we'll see him search, and he is going to get Pithing Needle. Looks like he is naming Shuko on that. We'll see an equip on the construct, and Alex will be able to gain some life back here. Noted that he has the Ancient Tomb and he has the Thespian Stage in play, so he can make the 2020 next turn, but I don't think that's going to be fast enough for him, unfortunately, just because maybe he doesn't have the Dark Depths in his hand. If he did, he probably would have wanted to get Lava Spur Boots instead, so he could attack with that 2020 as fast as possible. Ponder coming from Andres here, see if he finds anything he likes. He's got a Brainstorm, Retrofitter, and a Cephalid Illusionist. I don't think he's going to keep that. It's not really what he's looking to do here. He doesn't have a payoff at the moment. And he's going to shuffle and draw, and he did find a Shuko, which unfortunately is named by the Pithing Needle. And we may see another Ponder here. We do see the other Ponder. It looks like a Nomad's Encore, Shuko. Alright, Nomad's Encore gets it there for him. And a Force of Will as well. So he is able to take advantage and get this combo going right away. Looks like he's going to play a Saga, potentially play the Nomad, and then at least get 4 triggers out of it. Showing the Shuko first. Oh, showing the... okay, he had a Prismatic Ending, not a Nomad. Great, okay. So, Prismatic Ending is going to unlock the Shuko onto the bird, and he's going to tap it twice, picking up that Force of Will and that Shuko that was on top of his library off the Ponder. And he can pass it back over to Alex here. Probably no combat step here. makes sense for him to hold it back. All he needs to do is survive this turn. He has a Force of Will as well as the Cephalid Illusionist in his hand. So he's able to get the... Oh, okay. So now he can make the 20/20, but he doesn't have the Lava Spur Boot, unfortunately. Which isn't going to be enough. So his constructs are only 3/3s and then +1/+1, so 7 total life. If he had the Lava Spur Boots for the... Okay, interesting. So if he'd got the Lava Spur Boots instead of the Pithing Needle, I think the Lava Spur Boots probably would have gotten hit from Andres as well, just to slow down that 20/20. But at the moment, you can't really do anything. He can make the 20/20, unlike Jacob. But I don't think it's going to matter here. He's going to go for it anyway. Take him down to 15. It does leave a green mana open in case he does have a crop rotation for a Bojuka Bog. And it's good to see another player who knows how to make 20/20s and also put them in the correct order in his graveyard. He does have an Endurance in his hand, which is pretty good. He's going to Beseiju the Shuko. Andres will go find a land here while he's shoveling up his library. Looks like we may see an attack from Alex for 4. No need to block with Nadu. I mean, I guess he could block with Nadu, but at the same time, doesn't really have to. He can deploy his Shuko and his Cephalid Illusionist. Alex didn't know he did have another Shuko in his hand because he saw it come off of the Nadu. I wonder what he was thinking there. Especially since he has Endurance. I guess he doesn't have the crop rotation though. So we'll see the Shuko come down first and equip twice. Land, for whatever reason, comes into play untapped. Another land comes into play untapped. Andres has got plenty of mana now. And he can play the Illusionist. He has a Force of Will with another Illusionist in hand. So he will have that copy. So he'll get 2 hits, and he picks up... Oh, wow, okay. Cabal. And then he can equip again. He'll get 1 trigger off the Nadu. Picking up another land. And then 3 is a Dread Return. So at this point, he can Cabal, name Endurance, since he's tapped completely out. He does name Endurance, and it looks like he is free to go. So he shows him the Oracle, and then he'll show him the Narcomoebas, and that will be game number 1. See you in game number 2. If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Welcome back to game number 2. Alex is on the play. Both players kept 7 here. Alex leads off with a Yavimaya, Cradle of Growth. Let's see if he and a Mox Diamond. No responses from Andres here. He's going to pitch away that Ancient Tomb. And looks like he's going to loam it back. It's a pretty good start. Almost a dream start. If he'd had Exploration and another land, that would have been amazing. But you can't ask for the perfect hands every time. Speaking of perfect hands, Andres looks like he has the Cephalid combo already ready to go, as well as a Teferi in his hand to deal with any endurances or anything like that. So no instant speed endurances. So we'll see the Nomad come out from Andres and pass back over. Alex is going to loam. So did pitch the Fairy Macabre, which it's not great for Alex, but we'll see how he's able to make this work for him in his favor. Ancient Tomb into play. Another 3. We're going to see him dip the loam back in to pick up that Dark Depths that he dredged. Exploration, and I wonder if we'll see that Dark Depths come into play this turn. Yep, there's the Dark Depths. So just one piece of the puzzle missing for Alex, and he can make it 2020. The downside to it is he doesn't have a way to give it haste, and if he gives Andres another turn, he may be in some trouble here. So Andres does have the Nadu as well in his hand, and he has the Nomad. So it's a pretty strong hand for Andres. He's able to either deploy one of his combo pieces right away. But he doesn't have a Force of Will or anything like that to back it up. He's given enough thought, and he's just going to swing over for one. All right. Alex is now at 19, and just kidding. There's not a big deal. All right, Bog being in graveyard, not a great place for it to be. Those have been two really not very strong dredges from Alex on this. Is he going to decide to... Yeah, he's 2 green, and he's going to go after the Bog. Bog being, again, in hand, not great. So, he does choose the Bog. Andres not knocking himself out here. Andres could brainstorm an end step, and then it looks like he doesn't have a green mana. So that's kind of tough at the moment. And he draws, finds another Tundra. He can at least play the Teferi here. Oh, he does have green mana because of the Yavimaya. Oh no! Oh shit, I just now saw that. Okay, so Nadu is in play, and we're going to see a first target. And it's a prismatic ending, which is really good for him. And then second target, another Nomad. Not something he really needs at the moment, but doesn't hurt. He's going to tap his Nomad this time, get another land, and then he gets one more tap. He gets another land. Okay, so now he's really rolling here, because he does have a Nomad in his hand, and also the Illusionist in his hand. No Force of Will, though, so he can fetch here, play the other Nomad, and then target it 2 more times. Surgical and a Plow. So the Merit Lage is very well taken care of at this point. See an attack for 1 again, and pass back over to Alex. Alex has 1 turn to figure this out. Alright, fetch from Andres, Underground, and I wonder if he's just going to fire. Alright, he's going to fire off the Cabal. Probably name Endurance here. Alright. It's like a little confusion about this. Andres is thinking. Alex about showed him his hand. But he doesn't really know what to name. So, alright. So there is an Endurance in Alex's hand. But the Teferi can handle that next turn. And a pass back over to Alex and see if he's able to figure this out. Again, with there being an illusion. Oh, during upkeep. He gets to do this again, which is kind of cool and also infuriating at the same time. So he does get to put that other land into play, and then he gets everything else to go to his hand. Graveyard is no longer an obstacle for Andres either, because the Merfolk is in his hand, and he can work at instant speed. The stage just came a little too late for Alex there, and he's going to dredge to be able to get that stage and the Saga's back. Andres does have a surgical, but I don't think he's worried about that at this point. He has what he needs to win the game. Wow, just Nadu drawing 6 cards during your opponent's upkeep is pretty... Actually, it's not even drawing cards. Putting them into your hand, and if it's a land, it comes into play untapped for some reason. What a great card. Not even upset about it. It's just pretty cool in general. Alright, so he can go again with the Nadus if he wants. He does have the land. He has enough to do land, Teferi, and then also play the Illusionist. And also, let's see. Yeah, he has enough to do everything. So he can do the Teferi first. Which he chooses to do. The Endurance doesn't really do much here. Oh, gives him the handshake and calls it a day. Thanks for watching.
If you've been enjoying our content, please be sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below.